Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again for checking in on us. We are still in Camden, Maine, and we're sitting here at Serenity Falls Homestay. And I have Marie Romano. We're in her home, sitting on this very fancy decorative couch. So Marie's here on one side of me, and on the other we have author T.L. Manning. So, first of all, Marie, how you doing?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
And T.L. Manning, Tracy, how are you?
Well, if I say I'm not great, is that gonna be a problem?
No,
Oh, okay,
no, we want honesty. How are you?
A little warm, but okay.
We can't turn the fan on because if we turn the fan on, just so everybody knows, we compromise sound quality. So we're just going to sit here and get sticky together for a little while. Chelsea's sitting here looking right at me, shaking her head at me. And off to the side, we have Jeremiah Manning. So, how you doing? How you doing? That's a little Jersey in Maine, know what I'm saying? So, anyway, something that we would like to speak with you all about today is about getting outside of your comfort zone. And I really think that, Marie, let's start with you. Us getting out of our comfort zone, you and I started having a really good conversation about this last night in the hot tub. And, and I said, tomorrow let's talk about that. And I said, let's wait till Tracy gets here and we'll talk about it together. So, what kinds of things were we discussing about that last night? Do you remember?
That moving beyond your comfort zone doesn't always mean that it's a bad thing or that you have to be afraid. It can actually be a very positive thing and a necessary thing. And moving beyond your comfort zone into some uncharted territory in your life nec- it can facilitate some pretty beautiful things.
And I think one of the words you used was that it's empowering.
Very empowering.
And I think today too, we revisited that because today you took us out onto a boat. We had this great day, and we were on the what was the name of the bay?
The Muscongas Bay.
Right, we were on the Muscongas Bay, and we were with a lobster trapper. Right, we were lobstering, and we basically got a sailing lesson, and we spent a couple hours out there, and our skin shows it.
I'm a little crispy.
And like Tracy said, like banquet chicken, crispy like banquet chicken.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, owie.
So, but one of the things we walked away from that, we were saying, this was outside of our comfort zone, but this is a really good example of how sometimes when you go out of your comfort zone, it's scary. And other times it's empowering. And like today, it was relaxing and just sheer joy, really.
I will tell you, I love all things nautical. I think anyone who knows me knows that. Um, but I am terrified of large bodies of water. So when I got in that boat today, my brain started to scream, "Get out, get out, get out." And by the end of that sail, I was sitting on the bow of the boat alone.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to move beyond your comfort zone. You have to.
You were definitely loving it. I didn't even know that you were afraid of the water.
Well, I'm not now.
Had no idea. So, Tracy, what are your thoughts about getting outside of your comfort zone?
Um, basically, whether it's scary or safe, I think everyone should. I think every day we should do something outside of our comfort zone, uh, be it that frightens us a little bit or challenges us, challenges what we see as safe and normal, I guess, to find out who we really are. I mean, how else do you discover all the beautiful things in this world if you don't, you know, kind of step over that line? You live inside a box. Eventually that box is going to get boring and you're going to feel alone inside of it if you don't explore.
What types of things have you done in your life that pushed you outside of that comfort zone?
Um, Writing is a big one for me. Um, Flying was a big one for me. I was terrified to fly. Um, I think every day with my children, just letting them explore and be themselves in the world pushes me because as a parent, you have to allow your children to have their own control, and that can be very scary. And same time, it's very uplifting and empowering. When you see what they've learned and they can teach you. It's I think it's beautiful.
Jeremiah, can you come here for a second? You are a military veteran. Which branches of the military were you in?
I was in the Navy, the Army, and then the National Guard.
So for how many years?
17.
We're sitting here talking about getting outside of your comfort zone, and I'm just curious if you don't mind sharing with us. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think there is no progression without stepping outside of your comfort zone. And I think everybody does it a little bit each day in one way or another. I think it's important to do, and I think that's how some people find their true selves. And ultimately, I think that's what everybody's mission in life is to find their true selves. So I think it's important.
What has pushed you most outside of your comfort zone, if you don't mind sharing?
My family and the family that, I believe that we have two types of family. We have the family that we're born into and then the family that we choose. And, all my years in the service and my years now at the prison working as an officer there, it's not so much, I don't do that so much I do it for my country, but it's more for my family and for the guys, the person next to me. And, for me, stepping out of my comfort zone is to make sure that my family and the people that I have their back and they have my back is really the biggest step out of my comfort zone, is making sure that I progress to make sure that gets done.
Would it push you outside of your comfort zone if I asked you to tell your wife what you love so much about her right now?
Can you say that again?
Would it push you outside of your comfort zone if I asked you to tell your wife what you love so much about her right now?
It would, actually.
You feel like growing right now?
I don't know about that. But, my wife and I are in the best spot we've been in 20 years. And as a couple, as a husband and wife, as friends, as mother and father, we're definitely the best place that we've ever been. I think she's more beautiful today than the first day I saw her.
So I'm about to push you outside of your comfort zone. And I know you're a writer. You're typically so quiet all to yourself. What do you have to say to your husband?
In 20 years, we've grown together. We have, we got married as children basically, and learned together and grew up together. And he's the strongest, bravest person I know in the world, and I can say that without question. He's the best father, and he's the best person for me. So I'm very grateful every day that I have him.
Today I went out onto a boat and got a little sailing lesson, and that was new for me. And it's what I've stepped out of my comfort zone to do today. But I have to tell you, it was pretty awesome to watch you two get out of your comfort zones to put you on the spot right now. And Marie, thank you for providing this opportunity, and Chelsea for being our biggest cheerleader. Chelsea, do you have anything you'd like to say about getting outside of your comfort zone? She says, "Why, yes, I do."
If you're not growing, you're decaying.
Power in words. That's it. You heard it here, everybody, straight from Maine in this beautiful living room of this gorgeous homestay here at Serenity Falls in Camden, Maine, with Marie Romano. Remember, you motivate us. I'm Lynette Renda.
And I talk to you, 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 and we love, and we hate, and we demonstrate. We try to relate. This is my breakthrough. Whoa. Said now, this my breakthrough. Whoa. Oh man, this my breakthrough.